How to Write in 5th Grade, Volume 4 of 11. Copyright 2014, Luke Sullivan. A persuasive essay. Select a job you can do and write an essay that persuades an adult to hire you. Teacher's background. The first 3 writing pieces we've done have focused on the informational or expository structure. Informational prompts asks us to inform the reader. We do that with different types of information. We can explain the information, compare and contrast different kinds of information, give information of a descriptive nature, and/or use information to instruct, a how-to. For all of these essays, you use facts, details, explanations, and anecdotes. Now we're going to work on persuasive writings. A persuasive writing also has a predictable structure. Take time to compare the informational structure with the persuasive structure. They look very similar, but the persuasive writing has a different goal. The informational structure presents information. The goal of persuasive writing is to push the reader in one direction. You want to win the argument. We'll use the same elements we did for the informational structure. We'll use facts, details, explanations, examples, and sometimes even stories. But our goal is to convince them that we are right. It is not sufficient to present. The writing should push the reader in one direction. Like the informational structure, the persuasive structure provides the opportunity to closely examine the student's ability to think. Can they connect reasons, explanations, and examples? In a persuasive essay, the student should strive for clarity and logic. Simplicity is not a bad thing. This writing prompt is, select a job you can do and write an essay that persuades an adult to hire you. Notice the prompt has the word persuade in it. That keys you into what kind of structure you must use. There are other words that signal the persuasive prompt. Here are some of them. If you see words like these in your prompt, then you must use the persuasive writing structure. Let's begin by brainstorming jobs you can do. Remember, you want your reader to think clearly and critically before they hire you, so the job must be realistic. What's a job you as a student could do? Here's a possible list. As you look at your lined paper, circle 3 of the jobs that you know well. Now choose one of the jobs and we'll begin to brainstorm on that job. For example, I wrote walk dogs as one of the jobs that I could do. Now I want to think of reasons why I would be good at walking dogs. Pick a job from your list and brainstorm reasons you should be hired to do this job. Look at your list of reasons. The good reasons are the ones that you can explain by putting into different words and can support with real-life examples. For my reason, walk my own dog, I explain saying that I've owned the dog for 10 years and that I have been walking him all this time. I could give examples of when and where I walk him. I could talk about having poopy bags and how he's friendly with other dogs. All of these phrases and ideas will make my reason of walk my own dog more clear to my reader. Choose 3 reasons that you think you would be able to explain by putting into different words and providing real-life examples. Take a blank copy of our persuasive graphic organizer. On the line for opinion, write the job you want to be hired for. On each of the reason lines, write one of your reasons. Now write phrases for your explanations and examples on the lines below each of the reasons. Just write phrases that you will later turn into sentences. The phrases are reminders or placeholders. Last time you chose a job that you could do, and you chose reasons that would persuade an adult to hire you. Then you chose explanations and examples to support those reasons. You wrote them as phrases so they would serve as placeholders for when you later wrote your sentences. Today, you'll begin to write a draft of your persuasive writing. Take a piece of the class writing paper. In the writing skills section, on line number 1, write reasons/explanations. This skill measures the student's ability to present reasons clearly supported by explanations and examples. On line number 2, write organizing words. And your third writing skill is hook an opinion. The opening paragraph of a persuasive essay must do 3 things. It has to grab the reader's attention, the hook. It has to lay out the issue, and it has to end with your opinion or your position. Young writers might try to put all 3 in one sentence. You should hire me to walk your dog. Older writers try to give at least one sentence for each. Here I've used an interesting fact about our topic to grab the reader's attention. This hooks the reader so that they want to read more. The second sentence introduces the issue of needing a dog walker, and the last sentence states my opinion that you should hire me. Now you write a paragraph of at least 3 sentences. Think of an interesting fact about the job you want to do. Write that out as your first sentence. In the next sentences, talk about the adult's need. And finally, in the last sentence, state that if they hire you, that need will be met. Look at your persuasive graphic organizer. Some of your reason, explanation, example groups are stronger than others. Decide which of your reason, explanation, example groups will become your strongest paragraph and put a 1 next to it. Find your next strongest and put a 2. And finally, the last group gets a 3. Look at your strongest reason, explanation, example group. You're now going to turn it into a paragraph. Your first sentence should include your reason, and organizing words that this is the first in a series of reasons. All of these phrases do that. Now write sentences for your explanation, putting your reason into different words to make it more clear for your reader. The last sentence is an example that supports the explanation and reason. Write a paragraph for your strongest reason, explanation, example group. Now write paragraphs for your other reason, explanation, example groups, just like you did for the first one. Be sure to use organizing words to link your paragraphs together. Here are some phrases that link paragraphs together. Your final organizing phrase needs to indicate that this is the last of the 3 reasons of your essay. The last paragraph has to do 4 things. It has to signal to your reader that this is the end of your essay. It has to restate your opinion or position. It has to remind the reader of your reasons. And finally, it has to push your reader to your position. This is a list of words that show summary or result. Choose one that signals that this is the end of your essay. The next sentence has to restate your position. Go to the last sentence of your first paragraph and repeat it here. You could combine those 2 sentences into one. Notice that all of these sentences signal to the reader that the essay is finishing and restate your opinion that the reader should hire you. Now you need to briefly remind the reader what your 3 reasons were. You do this in 1 sentence. You began your essay with a hook and an opinion to grab the reader's attention. A reverse hook takes your opening sentence and restates it in a way to support your opinion. I had opened with an interesting fact about walking dogs. Now I restate it so that it supports my position. The reverse hook also has the advantage of creating a loop back to the beginning of the essay. This technique of a circular ending is another signal to your reader that your essay is over. You write your closing paragraph. Go back and reread your essay. If something doesn't sound right, fix it. Look back at the top of your page where the writing skills are. Did you write 3 well-developed paragraphs, each with reasons, explanations, and example? Did you use organizing words to link your paragraphs, and within paragraphs to link sentences? Finally, did you use a hook and opinion to grab your reader's attention in your first paragraph? Good job!